three R's of recycling. That's recycle, reduce, and reuse. And of course, Goodwill is one of the original reuse. We've been doing that for 100 and some years, taking donations from the public and through our thrift stores, getting it out for reuse to the public at a low cost for clothing and household goods and other items, and using that to fund jobs programs for our clients. Then, of course, reduce. We work with various industries and partners to help them reduce the amount of product that they're sending to landfills and find new uses for it, either recycling it or additional uses to where we can move it along to another vendor that may be able to reuse it. Goodwill Industries Knoxville started their Going Green initiatives over 20 years ago with a partnership that Dr. Rosenbaum, our CEO, established with the city of Knoxville. He saw the opportunities to provide jobs for our clients in expanding our recycling operations. So over 10 years ago, we got the contract for the city of Morristown's curbside programs and purchased a material recovery facility in Russellville, Tennessee. That has grown from just a curbside program for the city of Morristown to where we process the curbside program for the city of Dandridge. We process industrial recycling for about 50 industrial customers, and we process drop-off recycling centers for 5 different counties, and also for school systems. I think we have 6 school systems now.
Several years ago, we had an opportunity to greatly expand our recycling program up in Russellville, a small community right outside of Morristown. We had been offered to bid on the city of Morristown and Hamlin County's recycling program, and there was a gentleman up there who had been running a recycling program that he owned and operated. After much negotiation, we elected to purchase the entire MRF material recovery facility. We have grown it greatly since then. We did win both the city and the county recycling. All of the curbside was brought to now Goodwill's recycling center. In addition to that, it's been great. It's providing 20 to 25 jobs for folks up there that I can assure you most of them would not have jobs if it were not for the Goodwill Recycling Center up there. It's something that, again, we take a lot of pride in that part as much as the recycling of materials.
A lot of people just think that Goodwill is just another retail store, another thrift store, someplace to find a hidden treasure. Actually, it's much more than that. Goodwill provides vocational training and services for people with barriers to employment. Our goal is to help people become self-sufficient, take care of themselves, their families, through the power of work. So what your trash might be is actually another man's treasure, which is fabulous because that allows us to have our thrift stores. Any other items that are recyclable, they go out and they come to our recycling center to be processed and recycled responsibly, which is fabulous. But Goodwill also helps in that, you know, while sorting and pricing and going through your items, these things are providing job training opportunity. People may need to learn basic job skills, so we help them with that sometimes. Other people are looking to brush up on other skills. And so every part of Goodwill goes back to our mission. Everything we do is to help people find employment and to gain the skills they need to keep and maintain employment.
The biggest part of our mission is job training for people with a barrier to employment. And as we started looking for additional things, Dr. Rosenbaum realized that the recycling industry is a good outlet for jobs for people with barriers to employment. So we started looking for opportunities to expand our recycling operations, and we got into operating the material recovery facility and getting contracts with industries and cities and counties to generate the material to provide jobs for these folks.
I came through one of Goodwill's programs and just progressed from there. I went through driver training, learned how to drive a truck, forklifts, just to learn how to do a little bit of everything here. I never really thought about recycling until I came up here and started working up here, and it actually did change my perspective of it.
The poundage that's processed through this facility alone is in excess of 14 million pounds per year. and that counts all the different programs we're doing for curbside recycling, and everything is processed here. Then, in addition to that, we have our textile recycling that we do at the Knoxville warehouse, and items, electronics recycling through our Dell warehouse program, where we process electronics computer-wise and all for recycling. And then our partnerships with the various cities for their drop-off programs. So we recycle a total of over 47 million pounds per year.
I think over the last 12 years since I've been with Goodwill, I've seen significant growth in progress in our ability to keep things out of the landfill. It's something that became very important to us after Dr. Rosenbaum, kind of gave the word and said, this is what we want to do, this is going to be our initiative and our mission, and this is really part of what we do, and we're going to incorporate it all. Things have grown leaps and bounds since then. We have very little trash compared to what we had when I first started working. We find a way to reuse and recycle almost everything that we get, which is just amazing. There aren't too many other operations, nonprofit or otherwise, that are able to say that. Anything that we find that we can do to better the environment and to help keep things cleaner, and also to provide training opportunities and employment for our clients, we're going to try to do it. And I think the momentum among all the staff is that we're going to continue down that path for a very long time.